dear friends, once again, we want to say thank you to Jesus for being with us this week in our study. I hope you have been encouraged by the miracle working power of Jesus. My name is Dwain, and I want to say unequivocally I was encouraged this week. And I thank God so much for the stories, the miracles of Jesus around the Lake of Galilee. Our memory scripture reminded us again, told us again, of how after Jesus had healed the demoniac, he bid him not to say anything in the place where he was. There was already enough tension there, as we learned this week. But go back, go home, share with people the great compassion that God has had on you and the miracle working power of God upon your life. Go back to the place where you live and move and have your being, and there tell people about Jesus. That's what God is calling us to do after he's done great things for us. We ought to go back. We learned that he can calm storms, that he can speak to the winds and the waves in our lives, that he could come walking on the winds and the waves, walking on the water to us. No matter how choppy the seas of our lives, Jesus can calm it. And when the seas and the water doesn't calm, when it doesn't calm down, Jesus will come be with us and calm us in the middle of the storm. We learned that sometimes you can go home and be rejected. The Bible tells us that he went to Nazareth and could do no miracle there. Just maybe a few folk were healed and helped because of the unbelief of those of his own city where he lived and grew up and was his hometown. Sometimes the people who love us and know us best, the people we've grown up around, are unbelievers in what God is doing in our lives. That's not a reason to stop. Sometimes it means that we've got to go other places to do ministry for God. We learned this week that Jesus understood the emotional roller coaster of pain and suffering that people sometimes are on. Of Jairus, the death or dying of his precious daughter, and then even her eventual death. Of this woman with the issue of blood, the emotional pain of searching for a solution in every way, going to doctors and trying everything she could only to get worse. But then coming in the press behind Jesus and touching his garment, being healed by him. Jairus, anxious by this sandwich story, this interruption of his miracle as Jesus is going to his house. But Jesus doesn't stop because of the woman with the issue of blood. Jesus continues to Jairus' house and eventually brings his daughter back to life. Miracle after miracle, exposing, unfolding who Jesus is. There is running through here this idea of secrecy, of Jesus not wanting everyone to know yet who he is. But with every passing miracle, Jesus cannot remain incognito. Jesus, in his manifestation of power and teaching, he tells people over and over again that he is the Messiah come down to earth to seek and save the lost. Well, we thank God for the miracles of Jesus, but they remind us that his power is undimmed, that Jesus has not changed, that which he did for people a long time ago, he wants to do for us today. And may God help us to take these truths into our hearts and to remember that the miracle working, saving power of Jesus is not just for that time, it's for our time. May he transform us as we go into this new week. May God bless you.